right, guys, welcome back to the People's Purple Show, breaking down a Vikings victory, 24-9 over the Detroit Lions. Awesome performance from our defense, 10 sacks, franchise record. Great performance from the running game. Lots to be excited about, Greg. We've won 4 out of our last 5. How are you feeling?
Dude, it was awesome. I was telling you that this in the game, it felt kind of like last year to where it wasn't like we were relying on our offense as much as we had. Like, we're not sitting there like we got to put up 35 points to win.
Right.
It was just, we had a touchdown from Latavius, we had a touchdown from Thielen, our defense scored a touchdown, we got a field goal. Like, we get what, 24 points, and then like we count on our defense to be able to hold a team under 24 at home.
You're right, man. And we had some good quarterback play, but also a little bit shaky at times. So
it felt a little like Case Keenum last
yeah,
year.
yeah. That's a really good way to put it. It kind of, this game looked like we thought the Vikings would look.
Yeah, it really did, because, and I mean, if we can get some of that good offense back, because I think for the past couple weeks it's like the drives that we have where we score, we look phenomenal. Like, it's not like a lucky play. It's like organized. We're running out patterns, we're running crossing patterns, we're getting good solid yards, like running the ball, like chunk yardage, and we're getting down there and we're scoring in the red zone. And then all of a sudden it'll be like 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And all of a sudden it's really organized long drive, and you're like, how is it so random? Because the Saints was the same way. Like, we just destroyed them, but then we didn't have the drives where it was like 3 and out, pick six, fumble. And it was like, what the heck is going on?
I think what I liked the most about this game was how much we dominated the line of scrimmage on both sides. I mean, the defensive line was just out of their minds, and we gave up hardly any rushing yards, 10 sacks, could have had like 13 sacks if Matthew Stafford hadn't squirreled out of it. But then the offensive line for us was opening some holes too, and Dalvin Cook had a long run. Latavius was probably averaging like 6 yards a carry. It was just sweet, man. When you dominate the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, you're in a good place.
Dude, and just to see Dalvin run the way he did. If you think about the game, so this is the setup. We don't have Diggs, right? Thielen's a little bit weary. He's got a calf injury, and it's no knock on Thielen. I think if Thielen was out, Diggs would experience worse trouble than he's had so far this year. But they were doubling him like a lot of the game. Yeah. We had Chad Beebe in catching balls, so definitely our passing offense wasn't at its peak for sure. With our one star in the game being double covered the whole time. Yep. So we needed to rely on our defense and our running. Yep. And we did, and we just absolutely mopped the floor with them, in my opinion. Yep. Like, we didn't need to blow a team out. Like, I think that the good teams in the NFL this year are all offense-based. I was also just telling you this. Like, the Chiefs, the Patriots, even if you want to consider the Packers or the Rams, the Saints, all of them just put up the 45 points in their games, but their defenses don't really do much.
Yep.
And this was like, we don't have to be that offense.
Yep.
We can still just be controlled, run the ball a lot. And you're right, the O-line was awesome today. It was great.
You mentioned Chad Beebe. That was cool to see him kind of emerge. And we've been talking on this show about how since we lost Jarius Wright, we don't really have a true like third down slot guy who's going to get open and make a 4-yard catch to move the chains. Beebe looked really good in that role. It'll be interesting to see if with Diggs back, if he continues to get out there, because I think he should, man. Like, do you want him? Like, Treadwell is overall a better receiver, but when you need like 3 yards, like Beebe was quick. He had good hands. I really liked seeing him on the field.
Yeah, it's like the guys that do get them like more time than the other receivers, which is Treadwell and Aldrick Robinson, don't really have that skill set, right? Like they're not running really crisp short routes and are sure-handed. I mean, Aldrick Robinson dropped that bomb right into his hands. Treadwell's obviously had problems with drops. We really just need a guy that can run routes well and is sure-handed and catch the ball and move forward. You know?
Yeah.
And I mean, you're right. I think he could really move into a spot like that. That'd be really cool to see.
Yeah. So I will say one of the things, probably almost the only thing that was frustrating about this game, which was similar to what happened against the Saints, and we've seen it be a problem, just some bad timing for turnovers. Yeah. 2 costly turnovers. I mean, that interception that Kirk threw, granted, it looked really bad on first viewing. We watched the replay, and you can see that Slay, I think it was it Darius Slay that
intercepted it? He was the one that picked him, yeah.
Yeah, it was man defense, and he read the throw and like dropped off his man. He made a good play.
Yeah, he left his man completely.
But still, that was a first down, and like you hate to see an interception on that spot. And then in the second half, as we're finally doing something to put the game away, nice drive down the field, and then Dalvin Cook just drops a perfectly good pitch, and it's a fumble, and it's like, I mean, it hurt. It did literally cost us the game last week, and it's it's easier to fix that than it is to fix like a bad offensive line or something. So like that's
Right.
something we can fix, but we need to because we can't keep losing the turnover battle.
It's funny, like from our point of view, from like the analytical, like stat keeping fan point of view, you look at like Kirk Cousins getting the balls knocked down at the line of scrimmage, and we don't know what to do about that. We're just like, I guess you can't, like, how are you supposed? But who knows what? Because I mean, he didn't get any of that happen today.
Yeah.
I mean, no balls were knocked down at the line of scrimmage, which is a normal day for most quarterbacks. For Kirk Cousins, it's like, no balls were knocked down at the line of scrimmage. But they may be doing something to fix that. So even these things that it's like Thielen's fumble last week, the miscommunication and the interception last week, the fumble by Dalvin this week, the bad pick by Kirk Cousins. It's like, I mean, we can't say anything to stop that. We're just like, there's nobody to be mad at, kind of. It's just like, it's a bummer play. But they probably have a lot of good, like, I feel like the Vikings as an organization, just when you compare them to the other teams that are really like big time teams in the NFC now, it's like they just seem like they're just trying to put together teams. And I feel like we're the only one that's like, we've been together for a long time. Like you look at like the Rams defense and they just keep trying to add, it's like a Madden fantasy draft team, and they just keep putting people on there, but they don't seem to gel very well.
No,
so I feel
true,
like
man.
if there's any team that can start to get better at those things, it's us.
It's true. It's true. We got Danielle Hunter leading the league in sacks.
Right.
I mean, who would have thought? And like arguably, he's not even the best defensive end on our team. You know.
No.
I mean, Everson Griffin, Danielle Hunter. I mean, I'm excited about our defense. I feel like our defense is back.
Yes,
finally.
It does look like it's
back. And man,
back.
does this bye week come at a perfect time? Because we were talking about this. Like the Vikings had a lot of injuries, but hardly any of them have been season-ending. I mean, we lost Nick Easton. I feel like there's one other guy. I can't remember.
I mean, on the O-line, there's been a few.
Yeah,
but I mean,
but like by and large, they're injuries that like guys are going to come back from, and so we've got 2 weeks now to rest up, and then we've got a game that, assuming the Packers lose against the Patriots tonight, then 2 weeks from now when we play the Bears, that's going to be, regardless of what the Bears do next week, that should be our, a game for first place. So that's really exciting, and man, then what is it? It's Bears, Packers, and then Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah. Good stuff.
All right, guys. So we're gonna be off next week. We're gonna take a bye ourselves, but we want you guys to stay involved with the show. Be keeping up with us. Send us messages. We'll put your stuff on the show if you guys keep in communication with us.
What do we want them to send us? We want some looks like.
We want some looks like. So looks like. We want you guys to pick your favorite Viking, a Viking player or a coach, somebody that you like, and tell us who they look like, what they resemble. Be as detailed as you want. We'll read them on the show. We'll give you a shout out. And we
want some hate mail. Come on, like you got to make us feel like a real show. We've gotten some good feedback, which is cool, but I want to feel like a real TV show, and to do that, we have to get some hate mail. So
get mad.
Yeah, get mad. Tell us what you hate about us, and enjoy the bye week. We have a winning record. Despite some bumpiness early in the season, I think we're in a good place.
Yeah.
So enjoy the bye week, and we'll see you guys in a few weeks.